Welcome back to Man the Helm. Today we're going to talk about what I've learned the past month kind of messing around with this thing. So I've had this mandolin for a little while. A friend of mine let me borrow it, and I think it's mine, kind of. If he wants it back, he can definitely have it. It's a lower-end Alvarez, and kind of been interesting to learn a new instrument. And I have a basic understanding of, major scales, intervals, etc. So it's not been as hard, but there's been some good things that I've learned. First thing I've realized is this is why some of my favorite players, i.e. like Andy Wood, has such like awesome articulation and picking and whatnot. You get what you get, and you're only going to get out what you give into it. So, but when I first started picking this up, for those of you that don't know, this is going to be tuned to G, D, A, and E. So it's kind of like a guitar flipped upside down. So learning basic chords, like this would be a G, and think about it as if your headstock was, or your fretboard was flipped upside down. And having that knowledge, and then like learning your intervals, like there you go, you got A, B, etc., and then you have a C right here. And this is not like I'm not a learned mandolin player, so I'm sure all the bluegrass people, if you happen to be watching this, are going to be screaming at me right now. But that's kind of like the first approach that I took, was just understanding where some of these chords are at and trying to wrap my head around where I can go from there. But it's really cool because now it's like I'm coming up with ideas, not being a learned player as far as the mandolin side. I've learned a couple songs with this where it's more bluegrass oriented. I learned the head off of the 8th of January. So on and so forth. But I've kind of tried to treat it as I don't want to learn this as like a traditional instrument. I'm trying to kind of break my own way into it and be as creative as possible with it. And then really focusing on alternate picking, really focusing on articulation, really focusing on accenting, time, and whatnot. And having those skills with this instrument have really, really amped up my guitar playing, because those are translating over very easily. There's a few things that I've kind of come up with on this. Just practicing basic rhythm. And then thinking about like, okay, well, if this is a G major, I know this note right here is my third. Well, now I have that minor sound to it. And then thinking about like, okay, well, if that's G major, how could I play a G major scale? Well, there we go right there. And so on and so forth. Just keep it going up there. And then trying to translate that major scale over into, other keys. And just trying to wrap my head around that, and thinking about also like the minor aspect of it, but then just coming up with random things to kind of help me navigate this. Not very good, obviously, but I'm still learning. Like I said, I'm only like really a month into this, and I kind of like to document these sorts of things. There is one little thing. Like I mentioned earlier, Andy Wood is one of my favorite guitar players, and he has a song called Caught Between Truth and a Lie. The truth side of it is in a completely acoustic version, and it's something as the effect of like, or something like that. I don't know it off the top of my head. It's a really hard song, kind of odd. But I took aspects of that idea and trying to learn how to articulate off of an exercise like that. Or taking minor stuff or chord progressions that I kind of already know, like a G minor, B flat, and C. And then trying to come up with a melody over them. So on and so forth. Now, this is, like I said, I'm just kind of documenting this to see where I'm at. This is only about a month in of actually playing the instrument and really trying to focus on different things, but not being like hyper specific on things. But yeah, it's been really good so far. I think it benefits us when we learn something that's outside of our comfort zone, and making this video is outside of my comfort zone because I obviously don't know what I'm really doing on this instrument right now, but I like to try to be as honest and transparent as I possibly can. But yeah, this has been a really good experience. It's been a really fun experience. It's translated a lot of really, really good things from mandolin over to like my electric guitar playing, especially with alternate picking, especially with articulation, playing really clean and accurate. It's a good thing. So if there's an instrument that you've been wanting to play, find yourself one and get after it. I am quickly realizing, though, that the complaint of guitars are too expensive. Mandolins are way too expensive. This thing is very inexpensive, but if I want to get a good one later on down the road, I'm going to be dropping some serious change. Like I said, I don't know really what I'm doing with this video, but it's what it is. If there's anything that you guys would recommend, let me know down in the comments down below, whether it be songs, whether it be techniques, players I should check out. I'm real ignorant to all this, and I'm being real honest with that. So let me know down in the comments below, and we'll check you guys on the next video.